What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing something that's been long awaited maintenance on the 6.7, and that's going to be changing out my transfer case fluid, as well as changing out the rear drive shaft output seal. As you guys can see, this seal is most likely original. It's pretty dried up, and it slings transfer case fluid on the bottom of my cab here and keeps it soaked. So it has a slow leak. It doesn't leak on the ground, luckily, but due to this leak, I don't know what the fluid is like in there. If it's, maybe a little bit low, I'm sure it is. And I also don't know if it's ever been changed or not. And being that this truck has 193,000 miles on it since 2013, if that fluid is somehow still original, it's definitely beyond time to get it changed. So while I'm at it replacing the seal, I figured would be a great time to update that fluid. So right here is going to be everything I need to do this job. I went ahead and got my impact on, I believe this is a 13 millimeter, and I also grabbed a 13 millimeter 12-point wrench here that I'm going to use for the drive shaft. And this right here is a 10 millimeter Allen. We have 2 quarts of Mercon LV trans fluid. Originally, Ford in the owner's manual had a part number for a specific transfer case fluid, but they don't make it anymore, and the guys at the dealership told me to just use the automatic trans fluid LV. And right here, here's your part number for the seal if you need it. I was not able to find any of these online that were actually the right one that I needed. They all looked a little bit different, and most of the time aftermarket parts don't last nearly as good as the OEM, so I went ahead and got that so I don't have to worry about this again, hopefully. Now coming underneath the truck, you'll see right here on our transfer case, there's 2 10 millimeter Allen fill plugs on here, similar to the manual transmission video I did the other day on the green truck. So this one down here is of course going to be your drain, and this one up here is your fill port. And a lot of guys will, for some reason, all the videos I've seen, they leave this skid plate on right here, which is to protect it if you were off-road, and it not only does half of it leak out this way all over the ground, but it's going to run down this drain pan over to this water drain hole here, and now everything's covered in oil, and it's going to be a huge pain to clean it up. I'm not sure why they do that when you could just go ahead and zip these 13 millimeter bolts out with the impact. And then on the other side, I'm going to have to use a hand wrench probably, but there is the other 2 13 millimeter bolts right here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this skid plate out. That way I don't make a mess everywhere. That only took me 2 seconds to pop that off, and now I have plenty of room to do this without making a huge mess. So next, I'm going to go ahead and actually remove my fill port first, then the drain plug. And the reason I'm doing that is because in case somehow this plug won't come out, I wouldn't want to have to be screwed. I don't want to drain it and then not be able to put any fluid back in. Damn, that was a lot tighter than I thought it was going to be. Good thing I had this pipe. I was almost worried I was going to break it. And by the way, it says right on here in the casing, you can't see it from that angle, but it says to only do this by hand, don't use an impact on it. Otherwise, you could end up cracking the case. Here's that fill plug. That one came free a lot easier. Probably has the oil on the backside, kind of keeping the threads lubricated a little bit. Well, that flowed out a lot faster than I anticipated. Gonna have to grab some stuff to clean up the floor real quick. Anyway, let's let that drain while I clean this up. Anyway, while I let that drip a little bit more, we're gonna go ahead and take off these 4 bolts that connect our drive shaft to our rear diff. They are 13 millimeter. Actually, I lied. Turns out these are actually gonna be a 12 millimeter 12-point socket. Make sure you use the 12 point, that way you don't strip these out. First one broke free. I'm gonna go ahead and actually break all these loose first, and then I'll go ahead and get them out the rest of the way. But a breaker bar and a hand wrench does the trick. On these, it should be safe to use an impact, but I don't have any 12-point sockets, only hand wrenches. So that's why I'm doing it this way. Luckily, you can look in this gap here, and I don't want to jinx myself, but the threads for the bolts don't look too bad. When I took the drive shaft off my red 99 7.3, for any OG subscribers watching this video, when I had that truck and had to take it out to do a pinion seal, like 3 out of the 4 bolts were already rounded off from rust before I even touched them, and I had to weld new nuts to all of them to extract them. It was a little rusted together, took a couple hits of a hammer and a chisel to break that free, but we slid that right out. Now we can get back over here and focus on removing this seal and installing the new one. Right here on the side, you can see that little flange there. That gives me access to get in there with a chisel and a hammer. So let's try to pop this thing out. Wow. I ended up having to chisel it the best I could and get on it with this channel lock. Shout out to the Grapaholics YouTube channel for that idea. But anyway, with that, I was finally able to get it out. For a while, I thought that this was gonna take a whole lot longer. So now I'm gonna get this cleaned up and push in our new seal. He ended up marring his up pretty good. I thought mine was gonna look bad because I hit it for so long, but it honestly doesn't look bad. It looks pretty clean, and our new seal has a little bit of grease in there. Not that you guys are gonna be able to see it. But anyway, hopefully this thing presses on like I think it will. With a little bit of persuasion, our new seal has been tapped into place, and now I can throw the drive shaft back on. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and reinstall my lower fill plug using a little bit of Teflon tape on the threads. Now you might be able to use a funnel for this. I don't have one though. And I'm just gonna use this old Valvoline bottle here with one of these like squeeze ends on it. I'm gonna pour in my Ford Mercon into that bottle and then use it to fill it in here until it comes dripping out of the fill hole. Now let's go ahead and fill this fill quart, the first quart. I was able to get all my fluid in until it dripped out. Now all I gotta do is pop in that skid plate and we'll be good to go. And that sums up another successful repair/maintenance video on my 6.7. I hope you guys enjoyed and found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.